about it.
Hey,
we'll talk
Neal
about
Brennan.
it
Neal Brennan here. Hi, it's I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be in August 31, 30, and 1st September and 2nd of September.
You've done this so many times, and you're so bad at it.
I am very bad at it. I'm coming to Richmond, Virginia, around then, and then also new date September 3rd. I'm gonna be in Nashville. Fuck with me, Nashville. I'm gonna be at the High Watt, which is a club apparently.
Hey, bitch. It's me, Moshe Kasher. How you doing?
Also,
right.
hey, I'm going to be
Hold
in
on,
Washington,
Neal, it's my
D.C.
turn.
September 13th, 14th, 15th.
All right, I'm on the mic now. It's Moshe Kasher. You know me. Hey, buy my book. It's coming out in paperback, so I'm so excited for all of you to be able to read it who are on welfare because it's about welfare. And also, I'll be at the Toronto Just for Laughs Festival in September, and also the New Normal premieres September 11th. This is going to be the second most exciting September 11th for me in my life.
Hey guys, this is Doug. I'll be in Australia and New Zealand at the end of September with Tim and Eric. And Brent Weinbach's CD release party September 3rd at Meltdown in LA.
Foxx with it?
My turn?
Yes, sir.
This is Maronzio Vance. I will be at the Addison Improv in Dallas, Texas, August 30th through the September 2nd.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about all the meandering. Let's begin the show.
Now you're fucking with the champs.
I gotta get my prank on, and hit him with a sad song. So take me that Broadway, take me that Broadway, take me that
What is that, Doug?
Gonzalez.
It is
Take me to
August
Broadway.
the 15th, and it is a beautiful night in Venice, California. You're fucking with another exciting episode of The Champs. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been away for just a little bit. We apologize for the delay, but we are back, y'all.
Fuck it, you don't apologize for that shit, Moshe.
No, I'm sorry. I take it back. Fuck y'all.
Motherfuckers wait.
Yeah, y'all wait.
Let them wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a great guest today. I'm excited to have this guy on the program. You might know him from his half-hour special on Comedy Central. You might know him from writing on the Boondocks television program.
Yeah.
And just from being a wonderful stand-up and a wonderful guy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Maronzio Vance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Black guy, 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 black guy.
This is how black people meet.
This is how black
Yeah, you
people...
know what? I'm not happy. Doug, I'm glad that you brought that.
This is how black people meet?
Yeah.
I don't...
Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've seen the commercial.
This is how black people
Isn't
meet.
that fucking wrong? Well, I was thinking, what would Martin Luther King think of that?
I think it's racist.
Of what? Set it up, guys.
There is a black it's blackpeoplemeet.com. It's a black dating site. Basically saying like, we ain't fucking no white people.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, only black people, this is how only black people meet other black people. No one else can meet us at these places that we're about to meet.
Like, it just seems like really fucked up. And again, I don't give a shit.
It was a feeble attempt at trying to be like pro-black.
Wait,
but that's the same thing with BET. It's like, this is how we web. Like, we web, we different. We type with our thumb. We type with one finger because we didn't take typing class. Just like, how do we web? That's what they call BET.
Have you been on it?
BET?
No.
The website?
Yeah.
No, fuck
Yeah,
no.
but then you don't know any black people.
I don't know how to meet black people anymore, apparently.
Wait, so it's called blackpeoplemeet.com, and their slogan is...
This is how black people meet. But in the commercial, they don't really say how black people meet.
Right.
They just say...
It's a part of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how do black people meet?
We have no problem with J-Date, but all of a sudden...
You know what?
Side
Great
is a
point.
problem.
Great
so
point.
now you're the racist.
Great point.
I don't have a problem with
you're
anything.
being like a full circle racist.
So what do you think about it? It's just a feeble attempt, right?
It's dumb. I when I see the commercial, I'm like, this is the stupidest shit. You know what it is? It's hard because I always say you just can't support something black just because it's black. Like, it has to be good. I think that goes for everybody. That's terrible.
But that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. Black people, we support Tyler Perry because they're like, oh my God, Tyler Perry is the greatest thing because he's employing black people. But it's like, I'd rather just be unemployed.
Where are you from?
I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised in the South.
Yeah, what's that like?
Different.
Tell you something about black folk.
Weird randomness.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Tell you about black people. I grew up in the South, an hour away from Gerard Carmichael.
Did you guys know each other?
Yeah. Well, I knew Gerard. Here's the funny thing. When Gerard first moved out here, everybody's like, yeah, there's a guy out here. He reminds us of you. But it's like me when I first moved to LA. Like, Gerard is me when I first moved out here.
Young and pretty.
Young, happy, excited about life. We both had the same demeanor. And then, like, I saw him, I'm like, God, I see me in him or whatever.
What do you like now? You all fucked up?
You know what? I stopped enjoying comedy for a while.
Oh,
and then
really?
I got back into it.
What happened? Why'd you stop enjoying it?
I hung around the wrong people.
Oh, you got to stay away from the wrong crowds.
Well, what happened was I moved out here, and then it almost like I started hanging around comics that were already successful or on their way up, and I was not in that same basket. Like I used to hang with Kevin Hart when I first moved out. I moved out in 2001, and then like 2002 I met Kevin at the Laugh Factory, and then we kind of like hung out together. But this was when like Kevin was like popping. He was, he was working and building and everything. And I was hanging around like with like Chris Spencer, but Chris Spencer wasn't really working. But he's like Hollywood royalty or whatever, like whatever, elitist. And so Kevin was working. I knew D-Ray, but Kevin Hart was like who I had my connection with.
Right.
So when Kevin started working and building up and everything, I'm like, fuck, I should be working like Kevin's working, but I was not in the same boat with him. Right. And it kind of like made me, why am I not where I want to be? Like I'm funny like Kevin, because at the same time I'm helping him. I'm doing what friends do. And then he popped.
Step your game up.
He sure did. Yeah.
He popped, and then I'm like, and I was like, man,
you got salty
a little bit because I thought we were friends, and I thought I'm from the South, so we different mentality. You help.
But
people.
what would you have him do for you?
Road dates. I would have just been happy just going on the road because I wasn't working. Like it was hard for me to feature for people because a lot of people wouldn't let me feature either if they didn't know me or if you're too funny. And I'm not saying I was too funny, but if you're too funny for the headliner, you don't work. Right. Or you have to like actually take it on the chin and say, I'm not going to try to kill it tonight. I'm going to be mediocre enough for him to say, yeah, let me go out here and show you how it's done, young man. But a lot of people didn't take me on the road with them. A few comics took me on the road. I went on the road with 2 years with Paul Mooney, which was
really?
Uncomfortable, but a learning experience because Paul Mooney is a very grumpy, angry old black man.
Yes, I've heard this.
Yes.
What years did you go out with him? 2006
to 2008.
Do you still talk to him?
No.
No, because I tried to get Mooney on the podcast and he just won't text me back, homie.
You know what happened? I was living in New York at the time, and I did the NBC Diversity Showcase, which means everybody can showcase except for white people.
I did it, man.
You did?
Yeah, I tried to squeeze in there by saying I had deaf parents, and everybody was like, the booker took me aside and was like, look, you're very funny. You're a white person. Stop it. And I was like, okay, you make a fair point.
So, and then I did the Diversity Showcase, and then I guess won it or whatever, and then Paul Mooney's manager
won it or whatever.
Because they don't
you
really
win it or
you can't say you won. They just say they give you a development deal. They say we don't say winners. We just selected someone.
Sure, okay.
So Paul Mooney's manager at the time, she never wanted to manage me.
Was it Maya Angelou?
No, Helene Shaw.
Shaw, yeah.
Toni Morrison.
After I won the thing, she says to me, "Hey, I want to manage." I was like, "No, I'm gonna go with." I ended up going with Brillstein. She like, what? Then she was like, you can't work with Paul Mooney anymore. So I couldn't work with Paul because she wouldn't let me manage my career. But during the entire time I was working with Paul, she had no desire to manage me. And I helped write on. Paul had a show called Judge Mooney, which I think was a part of the deal. Yeah. So BET was like, we're going to do your show. We shot like 60 cases. It would have aired like every day for like a month. And then Paul was like, I don't want to cooperate on one portion of the show, and BET like, well, fuck it, we're not gonna do the show, and they just pulled it. They never did it. But like I wrote on the show, did warm up, like I was working with Paul, but I could see how he's not where he is because he is his own worst enemy.
Right.
Smart,
hilarious,
but
crazy though.
Yeah, it's smart. You gotta be too smart for your own good.
Sure.
It's clearly one of those situations.
If anybody doesn't know who Paul Mooney is, he's like a they would know him from Negrodamus.
They know from Chappelle, yeah.
But also before that, he was writing for Chappelle. For Pryor and Eddie Murphy and everybody else.
Richard, no, I would speak to Richard all the time. No, I'm serious. Richard, I had the ear of the king, homie. He used to open for Eddie too.
Yes, he opened up for. People don't know Paul Mooney opened up for Eddie Murphy when he did his Raw tour.
And Charlie had the best story, or maybe Eddie had the best story that Mooney bombed. Like in a theater and just fucking before Eddie and just fucking bombed and came off the stage and saw Eddie and goes, it's the acoustics, homie.
My
Murphy is.
I bombed because of the acoustics. Yeah,
it's the acoustics, homie.
That's
No,
funny.
I'm serious. They got to get the white boys in here and fix this up.
That's
Doug,
hilarious.
have you ever bombed because of acoustics?
I've bombed because they don't have good sound systems.
Oh yeah, that is actually real.
Like, that's-
Oh,
That
yeah,
is real.
That's
you
real
use
talk.
samples in your act, so that makes total sense.
Have you ever bombed because of acoustics, Neal?
I've regular bombed. I've bombed because of my act.
The acoustics of your act, though.
The
to be
acoustics
fair.
of the way I wrote my jokes and my stage presence.
That's funny.
I bombed because of that. So did you go around white people, black people? What kind of?
I grew up around. I never performed. You know what's crazy? I never performed in front of white people until I moved to LA. I lived.
Really?
I started. I'm 36. I started stand up when I was 15.
This motherfucker.
And
It's
then-
unbelievable.
I started when I was 15. I started at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina. One night, my ex girlfriend, she was 16,
There you go,
17,
man. Yeah.
and I was young. I was like a year younger than her, but we went to her prom. And the Comedy Zone in Charlotte was like, instead of going out fucking and
This
getting
is how black
hotels
people meet.
and
Is that one okay, Neil?
It
Can I
worked.
play that one?
No, stop. Go ahead. Don't cough on the mic.
Instead of like going out and drinking and everything, they say, "Hey kids, come to the Comedy Zone, and we'll have comics tell jokes to you or whatever, so you don't go out and crash and kill yourself."
Right.
And so we went to the Comedy Zone, and the comics were terrible. Like they were fucking god awful.
Right.
And then everybody was like, "Maronzio, go up." And I was like, "Nah, go up." And I ended up going up, and I like told some jokes. I think my opening joke was like, "How many people here spend a whole lot of money to try to fuck somebody they already fucked before?" And then the crowd was
That's
like,
for a prom show. That's standing ovation.
"Yeah." They were like, "Ha
No,
ha."
that's a great prom show joke.
And a lot of girls were like,
Wait,
What?
had you
No,
fucked?
we didn't.
That's what hoes do.
Had you fucked at that point?
"Yeah, I fucked."
How old were you when you fucked for the first time?
14.
Young ass man. Who was
You got
she?
me fucked up.
It was in a North Carolina shed, correct?
in a shed.
It was in Uncle
It
Tom's
was what we
cabin.
call a she-goat.
It was a chick. I almost said her name.
Don't say her
Like a
name.
chick-
Don't-
but
you
it
know.
was like 14, 15, like a
she
summer.
was-
It was a summer thing. It was like going into junior high school.
She was your age.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Tell us how you detail for detail how you lost your virginity.
It was weird. My mom would go to school and would go to work during the day and leave me and my brother at the house by herself. And then kids having a
I
house
know,
to
dudes.
themselves.
Did you lose your virginity in the morning?
Yes.
That fucking. I've known a lot of dudes that happened to.
Because when my
And
mom
I
goes to
never-
work,
I don't fuck in the morning to this day.
To this day?
I don't like fucking in the morning.
To this day.
To this day.
That's crazy.
that's
shit.
hilarious. But
Yeah,
like my mom would leave in the morning, and then my girl, she would see my mom leave, and then she would come down and hang out with me during the day, and then it just like one day it just popped off, and I was like, yeah, that's out of the way. Now let me go ahead and.
A girl could have offered me morning to lose my virginity in the morning. I would have been like, no.
Did you? What do you mean? Offered you more?
Offered me morning to lose my virginity in the. She could
Oh,
have gone.
you would
I,
not have. You would
I
have
will.
fucked her.
I promise you, I can't. I can barely even. I can't get it up before noon.
Let me
Y'all
ask
know
you this
that.
question. In your act, Neal, you have a punchline, a very funny punchline that says, I something and ride bikes and finger
Yeah,
chicks
11
because
years
I'm
old.
11.
Yeah.
Is that true? Were you fingering chicks when you were 11?
80.
Don't put it by age,
no,
by
no,
year.
No, I'm thinking
Is
about
that
year. No, I'm
85?
thinking about what I was doing in. I was probably by 12, 13
Yeah.
fingering
12,
chicks.
13.
12 or 13, you start.
It's
But
funnier
11
at
is a
11.
funnier
Yeah,
word.
It's funnier at 11.
Doug, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
I was like old though. I was old.
Were you old? Like 30?
Like after like
After
after high school.
After high school.
I was after high school. It was college.
So you were fingering chicks for a full decade and a half before you finally had sex
A
with
decade
someone?
and a half because I started college when I was 25. Yeah, no, I was fingering chicks. No, yeah, like high school, you couldn't. I went to a Catholic high school. Only
Oh.
the jocks were fucking.
Finger popping,
Right.
Yeah,
finger
we're
popping.
blasting.
A decade goes by. You're like,
Just-
let's take this to
and
the
I
next
mastered
level.
it.
His
I
fingers
mastered
had more sex than
Right.
yeah.
Way more.
What's up, jocks?
Did you go down on the girl the first time?
No.
No. Have you ever gone down on a woman?
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what? Where
What?
do black people meet?
Damn.
They don't meet there.
They don't meet there. I know
did-
that, homie.
I went down on a girl the first time I ever had sex.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you're very. How old were you when?
I was 15. And I don't know why I did it, but I did it. I was like,
I
I'll
went
try
down
this.
it, but
Wake
you
up
don't
and
know.
smell your pussy, bitch.
I've wasted. You know what? I'm mad now because I look back and like I really wasted a lot of sex when I was in high school
sure.
because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We just
Totally.
like, I make a face.
When do you feel like you started knowing what you were doing?
like 24, like 23, 24.
Yeah. That's when you figure it out.
Yeah, because
What do you say
I was just fucking to be fucking. Like everything in high school, it was just practice, just to be doing something. You were fucking just to say you were fucking.
Yeah, you didn't know what was good. You didn't know until it wasn't until I was like 23, 24 where I'd get like sopping wet with sweat.
Yeah.
Like, fucking like marathon.
Because you knew what you were doing.
Right.
And then on top of that, this girl doesn't know her body well enough to tell
At
you.
all. At all.
That's good right there. What you're doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She's just like you came, and she's like,
Now,
yay.
having said that, you wouldn't know how to make her come anyway. At
that age, you'd be like, you can't sustain long enough. You can't.
Right.
You when you're young, you can't stay in pussy long enough to not bust within the first 5-10 minutes of it.
For the white listeners, when Maronzio says bust, he means ejaculate.
Ejaculate.
So everybody knows.
there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah,
about
people
that. The internet
people
was
at home are
blowing
like,
up
wait a second,
because
bust
they didn't know
what?
bust. A lot of
Bust
people are on
what?
UrbanDictionary.com
If
right now.
bust.
God knows that Champs listeners don't know about black lingo.
I love the idea that they do know, but
The
Doug,
most basic black
I know.
lingo.
No, you're right. It's hard to. I remember the first time that I had sex with a girl where I like started like actually doing instead of just sort of like weirdly sliding my body up and down. I was like, oh, you can like fuck a person. That's
Right.
a thing.
Right.
You can actually have.
Oh yeah, no. It's at that point. It's basically like a car accident. But
Like more than
until
one
you
pump?
know what you're doing.
More than one pump?
I don't mean that, although that helps too. But I mean like. I mean, where you like. I mean, like you know what I'm saying is like when you're like. Doug, stop it! I mean, like where you like, you can go fast or you can go slow or
Yeah.
you can flip them around or they can
Yeah.
get on top of you. Like you just don't know
Up to
that
that
information.
point, you're like largely powerless. You're just kind
Yeah.
of like, Even when you're on top, you're not doing anything.
yeah, sex
with
is
it.
happening to me.
My first time, the very first time that I had the opportunity to like actually have sex, I failed miserably.
What happened?
Could not get.
Oh, you couldn't get it up.
I could get it up. Dick would be up all day long.
Or
Just
all
dick
day long?
Stay up.
Dick
All
stay
day
up.
long?
Dick
Dick
stay up.
stay up.
Dick
stay
Huh?
Let me tell you about the dick.
I'm
It stay
Woody Allen.
You're Woody Allen in an orphanage or what?
Woody Allen just the wood. The
Yeah.
dick.
Okay. Mine was pretty good too. I felt.
Yeah.
No. You're gonna say no?
I'm
on
gonna
that?
give them both the thumbs down.
All right. Are you gonna edit them out?
I might.
Hair
Now I won't.
Brennan.
Yeah, well, I've been editing the whole time.
Hair Brennan. I will edit
I
you
made
out.
us I made us the hit podcast we are today.
So the first time we in the bed laying, and I knew where the hole was, but I just couldn't.
Oh, you didn't know how to put it inside of
Yeah.
It's
So
hard to figure
she was, and I was like, "Do it for me." She's like, "No." I was like, "I'm
This
not."
is a very dark thing to say, but I've often thought, how do rapists do it?
What?
Meaning, it's hard enough
It
to
is.
get it in when they want it in.
Right.
No, it's not.
But against your will.
It's not hard. Don't act like it's because I said rape. You have to.
No,
discount
I
it.
don't care about
So
your
you've
rape
never had
anecdote.
a hard time.
I care about your inability
just
to
said
find
that
a.
he
He
just-
was 14
No,
years
I'm not
old.
saying you can't find it. Just edging it in the right way to
Right.
get it in.
No, I must have a bigger dick.
Actually, that would make it
No,
harder.
No, it is harder.
No,
You
but
sound
know what I mean?
crazy.
It would make it harder to get it in. If it was bigger, it would be harder to get it in.
No, because there would be more possibility that your penis would land in an area because it has more area.
Right, but it's not a matter of
This is-
landmass. It's a matter of specificity.
Basic mathematics, Neil.
No, it's specificity.
I will say that I do not find it difficult to find a woman's vagina ever. That's not
Now?
Now, when I was 14, it was like a mystical.
But it's always lower than
damp
you
cave.
think it's going to be.
It is.
It's always lower. So we're making this up, is what you're saying.
What you're doing is you're not using I statements, and I don't have this problem.
Okay, fine.
We did.
Okay.
He and
I did when I was a
did.
young man.
Now I can no look past. I can get in there.
So I'm just picturing a rapist to be a little older than 14 years old. That's my imagery. He's got a beard. He's got a jacket. He's got sunglasses.
You're a rapist.
It's me.
The guy
It's
that
me.
you drink in your rape fantasy.
Yeah, he's got a beard, sunglasses.
From Oakland.
From Oakland, lives in Silver Lake.
Has a podcast. Writing for the new normal.
Literally, you're listening to the guy right now. Doug, have you ever raped a woman?
suck.
Can you edit
That
that
is
out?
not even a good question.
Yeah, I know. Edit that.
What am I
one
gonna
out.
say? Yes, and make a
I'll
joke
probably
out of
edit
it.
the whole
Right.
How do you feel about comedy right now, as far as like people getting upset about what we can say and what we can't say on stage?
We talked about. I think it's even like I don't even like talking about it because it's so.
Oh, even talking about it
obviously-
is hacky. You're
Well,
saying.
no, but
That's
we've talked
interesting.
about it so many times. I'm
Right.
sick of talking about it.
Okay, I apologize.
No. Meaning it's fucking obviously stupid, and it's just people want to grandstand.
Right.
They don't care.
It's
They don't-
fake-
they
it's
don't
fake
give a-
complaining.
Yeah, they just go, "We caught you." It's a fucking
Right.
witch hunt. They just
Well,
go,
this-
"We've got you."
I can actually segue this into a discussion I think is germane and not repetitive, which is that when we were all the comics going back and forth on the internet about Tosh and about Tracy Morgan and about everybody else, and then Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A thing happened and came out and was, with
Which
their
is
weird
hilarious
anti-gay
to me.
thing. And I was talking shit,
Right.
about Chick-fil-A and like basically saying that they're bullshit and awful and terrible wastes of human beings and everyone should kill them. Not really. But then all these people started trying to ride me like they busted me.
Right.
Like, oh, you were talking all this shit about, Daniel Tosh should be able to say whatever he wants. Well,
but you
what's up?
shitting on Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Ain't
what's up?
nobody listening to you niggas.
But what's up with you talking shit about them exercising their free speech?
Right.
And the point is like, I support your right to say whatever you want. It doesn't mean that I support whatever you say. You know what I
Right.
mean? So what do you guys think about?
I don't eat Chick-fil-A anyway. I mean, in terms of,
I feel bad for the gay
private-
black guy that wants to eat chicken.
Oh, in the South,
privately owned-
it's like, God damn, I love Chick-fil-A.
God damn, I want to go to Chick-fil-A so bad.
That is a bummer, actually. For
It
that
is.
guy.
You gotta
Like,
protest.
I love Chick-fil-A. I'm a big fat gay black dude that
I
loves
go
Chick-fil-A.
home to Charlotte. There's a black gay guy that works at a Chick-fil-A like downtown Charlotte right now. So
That's
I know
hard,
he
though.
is.
You
cutting-
actually know you're that deep into the Chick-fil-A game that you know specific employees.
Well, I was home not too long ago. That's how I know there's a black gay guy working at Chick-fil-A.
All right, I don't. Yeah, I mean, if you have a private company, say whatever you want.
You can say anything, and then everybody gets to react however they want. The argument is I don't want to take away people's right to say it, but I do want to talk shit
About what they say.
Yeah, everybody should have that right.
Yeah, I even find that a little grandstanding. I just find
What
like,
I'm saying.
Yeah, I find because it's completely selective.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone saying something stupid. Like Patton today was going off on Progressive Insurance, and at a certain point, it's
Right.
just like they're fucking dumbass corporations. It's not even fish in a barrel. It's like
Right.
they're tone deaf, hungry motherfuckers. But having said that, I'm sure I've done it and
Sure.
just can't remember.
Well,
Like I was at the Laugh Factory that night. Dane did his joke.
Right.
About the shooting?
Yeah, but he did it on here's the crazy part. The first night he did was on a Wednesday. Crowd loved it.
Of course.
And then he did it on a Thursday night, and I guess somebody got a whiff of it, and they didn't like it, so they
Right.
went.
What's the joke?
It was
Somebody at Batman was probably like, they were so bored in the first 15 minutes that they were like, someone please fucking shoot me.
Right.
So
It's
the
not
joke
a
was
bad
pretty.
joke.
It wasn't. It was like it was
not
more
a
like
good
all
joke.
right.
Not a good joke. It's just there.
It's fine.
you know
Yeah.
what? Funny thing. Late Patrice O'Neal. We had a conversation one day, and he said,
How come nobody ever called him on anything? It's incredible.
"Oh, you can't."
Because
He
he could out
he's
argue
untouchable.
people.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
Well, also, they called him out, but he would just argue.
you can't argue with Patrice. You could
Right.
not argue with Patrice.
Right.
Is not necessary. It was, but Patrice was like the C students run the internet now.
Right.
It's like the A students were the ones in high school. The A students were the ones who were popular, smart.
Right.
Well, not smart, but popular, athletes, rich, or whatever. And then
Right.
the B students were the ones who knew the A students.
Uh-huh.
And then the C students were the ones who couldn't eat in the cafeteria, ate in the band room, or
Right.
and play hacky sack behind the building. Those are the people who run the internet now because they have a.
That's absolutely right.
It is.
I
They
totally
run.
agree
They
with
run. They have a platform now. All you need is one person to agree with you to fuel you
Right.
to keep going to do. You're like, yeah, one person agrees,
run this,
and then you
alright?
keep doing
I'm a C
that
person.
shit. You just got a website. Like people live off these people that make money off of just gossip websites. Like that's
Right.
the craziest fucking thing to me. That your career consists upon me hearing
yeah.
something that
Yeah.
he did, and then you have sponsorship to be. You
be a bitch.
to be a bitch. Yeah, you perpetuate and you keep shit going. You're like Don King of the internet. You just promote bullshit.
Hey, what's up? My name
At
is-
least Don King promoted good fights.
He did. I'll give
Hey,
him
I'm Tyrone James. I'm a professional bitch. I'm currently sponsored by Hurley, Gatorade, and Chick-fil-A.
Basically,
fucks with me.
yeah. I mean, that's what's his name. At least what's his name like recanted.
You know what the thing
Perez
about
Hilton.
yeah.
to go back to Chick-fil-A, what bugged me about it is not that they said whatever their opinion is fine, but it was like their opinion was based on like their religious belief or something. They were like hiding behind. If they just said, we don't believe in gay marriage because that's our belief, that would have been one thing. But then like saying it's like their
They'd bring
Christian
Jesus into
value,
it?
yeah. And then they had the Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day, that just like compounded things. Like that just makes it worse. That's what bugged me is like everyone is like in support
of their bigotry.
Like, bigotry.
But
Yeah,
I do have to say that I would kind of have a problem with. I would have a bigger problem with Chick-fil-A if they came out and they were like, "Hey, we're Chick-fil-A. We're actually atheists, but we really don't like gay dudes." Like that. There's something about the religious thing that makes me go. At least you're like ignorant.
no, it's
in
like
that
they're
way.
hiding behind. They can't just admit it. They're hiding behind.
But that's a chicken egg thing because they don't. Ironically enough, because who knows where their bigotry came from? It probably came from religion to begin with.
But what came first, the chicken?
But
or
it's
the
like
filet?
they're not like we're not bigots. It says it in the Bible kind of thing. It's like that's like their excuse. It's like we're.
No, you're right, and a lot of the counter arguments were you're trying to take away religious people's right to believe what they believe, but it's like this cognitive dissonance because it's like do nobody remember in the '60s when religious white Baptist churches were using the Bible to bolster their opinions about segregation and about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the irony of it is that black people just stopped being homophobic like 3 months ago.
If that.
If that.
I mean, you think about it. More white celebrities come out and say, "Hey, I'm gay,"
right?
Than black celebrities. There's a shitload of black celebrities out there. Luther Vandross was gay.
Come on, stop that! Not my Luther.
Yes,
not my Luther.
Fat Luther and skinny Luther, both were gay, but he died with no one ever bringing that up.
Next thing you're gonna say, Tyler Perry's gay.
Oh no!
I heard. Well, whatever.
What you had heard?
What?
I heard Miles Davis caught it.
Caught the gay?
I heard.
I heard that too.
I heard he died from AIDS. No one ever says that.
I heard Miles Davis made the choice to be gay.
I don't know what that means, but he did die from. He did die
from AIDS.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's interesting. And we heard it probably two different times.
Yeah.
But he was also a junkie.
Well, I know, but that's the thing. Like, did he get
that's
it from...
that would be the cover
I didn't
up.
say he died of AIDS.
But
I didn't say
also,
he died of gay AIDS.
It wasn't bad AIDS.
Well, you did
good
segue
AIDS.
it from I heard Luther's gay. I heard Miles Davis had AIDS. So that was...
No, I said I heard he... whatever. You get the point.
Yeah.
Because the rumor was that Luther was dating the dad off of Family Matters.
Of Alf? No, shut the fuck up. Really?
Reginald Dale Johnson.
How did they fuck?
Fat people
You
getting
think?
sex.
You think when he came? You think when he came, he was like, "Ugh, did I do that?" It's a good Urkel joke, you guys. It's a good old-fashioned Urkel joke.
You don't judge a good joke by whether it gets laughs, huh?
Well, I feel like on a lot of podcasts, the partners like.
No, I know you want me to support your jokes.
Try to support.
No, I
but
know. I'll support
you're a
the good
literal
ones.
hater.
No. I will support the good ones.
Yeah.
You don't think the idea of what's his name?
Reginald Dale Johnson.
Reginald L. Johnson pulling out.
You just
shut
gave
up.
the
Shut up.
joke.
Let me talk. Stop interrupting.
He
me.
is a hater, though.
You will pull out and come on Luther Vandross's belly and then say in an Urkel voice, "Did I do that?" You don't think there's anything comedically nice
we just
about
tested
that?
It.
Hey,
Fucking come.
He heard it.
does
and
anybody?
he didn't laugh
What do you
at
think?
Fucking
You got a
come.
0 on that?
If it was Urkel doing it, then it would make sense.
I just-
The logic. I'm just looking at the logic behind it.
There's no logic behind it. It's
That's
about love.
One of the reasons it didn't play.
It's about love.
one of the reasons it didn't play well.
Right. Wait, hold on. Come on. So, did you hear also lately in the news? We were talking downstairs about this case in Arkansas, which is fucking mind-boggling, of this young kid, 19-year-old black kid in Arkansas. Arkansas, is that what it was, Neal?
Yes.
No, Arkansas.
Yeah.
They pulled
close enough.
pulled the kid over, searched him, found a dime bag of weed, threw him in the back of the.
Can I do that?
That's what he said. Put him in the back of the cop car. Pulled him out again when they found some suspicious-looking white powder in the car.
Okay.
Searched him again. Put handcuffs on him at that point. Put him in the back of the cop car, and then they claim, the Arkansas police from whatever city it was, that he pulled out a gun that they had missed in 2 different searches and killed himself in the backseat of a car for a dime bag of weed case.
Physically, I've been in the backseat of a police car.
Of course you have.
And thanks. And in handcuffs. So it's kind of like I can't see how it's possible for him to pull the gun out
and then
shoot himself
and then it's
in
not
the head.
possible.
It's not.
I also
If you're
like
listening
that
at home,
was
try
who
it.
he was gonna shoot. Like it's like no, he would have shot a cop. If first of all, if he wanted to die, he would have taken some cops out with him.
Right. But he didn't. They said he killed himself. It's not. It's not possible. There's no way in the world. There's no one's gonna buy that
19-year-old.
for over weed.
It's ridiculous.
Who the fuck kills themselves over getting caught with weed?
So what do you think, Neal? Murder?
Yeah, of course.
Murder?
But having said that, if we can segue into Trayvon, I think dude's getting off. I don't think Homeboy's doing any time for Trayvon.
It's gonna be
no way. I disagree with you.
I think it's
this is taking entire. You know what? It's gonna be a hung jury. You know why? It's taking
or not guilty.
It's taking too long.
Right.
It's taking too long. What they're doing is trying to stretch it out as long as they can, hoping that people will forget, or at least be like, "Oh man, that shit's so old. Let it go."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's been so much back and
Having
forth.
said that, I don't think it's any slower than any normal trial, any normal murder.
The
trial.
hype on it is gone.
Yeah, because that's a news cycle.
Well, you would hope that.
That's a new. They can
Well-
only do so many vigils. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
There's only so much new information. They'll release information now. He did something today. I saw a link today, and I literally didn't click on it because I was like, eh.
Yeah,
You're over it. It's like,
yeah.
and that's the other thing. Just as humans in general, our attention span is like
I need a Law and Order.
that.
I need a Law and Order case.
Get it in, get
I
out.
literally needed like gling gling.
Dun, dun, dun.
He got shot. Gling gling. What?
And
He took money off the internet. Gling gling.
Speaking of
And then Dick Wolf at the end.
Yeah.
speaking of black people with the result unclear, do you think that Obama is winning this election?
Maronzio, you go first.
I can go first. I believe slam dunk, and that's not a basketball joke. I believe
But we'll take it.
I believe Barack Obama 100%. I just think he's going to win, no question about it. To me.
Yeah.
I think Ryan.
Barack Obama.
Did you see him on 60 Minutes?
No, is he awesome?
He's not. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's articulate. He's telegenic, and
His Twitter handle is what Ryan. Was it Ryan?
I don't think that's him.
Huh?
I think that's a fake one.
You think so?
Yeah. I would still say that it's going to be. He was a good addition for. I think the polls this week are going to be way closer.
Well, what's fascinating about Ryan is that both sides are declaring him as a victory.
Yeah.
So the Democrats are like, "You stupid motherfuckers! How could you choose this dude?" And the Republicans are like, "Yay, we chose this dude." So it's very interesting to see who
Right.
wins.
But the Republicans are going to be able to trick people into thinking that he's good because it's fiscal austerity. And
Right.
we got to tighten our bootstraps and all that stuff. And we need to. We create jobs by cutting taxes, which has never been proven.
Never.
Right.
But they like saying it has been. It's
Right.
never been proven. In fact, George Bush cut the shit out of taxes, and we still got crushed.
Right.
But Ryan is a good guy to trick voters, and he's tricked. He wins in Wisconsin, where they just almost did a
Right.
did a recall on their governor. So it's like he's a good politician. He's really competent.
Right.
I think he's way more competent than Romney is.
Yeah, that's the scary part. It's like
He's more competent than Biden too.
he is. I would give him. I
Well,
don't-
who is Big Bird is more
what the
competent than
fuck is
Biden.
Could we replace the VP though? Like, can
Yes, the thing to do would have been to get Hillary Clinton to run on
Now.
the ticket. That would have been. I don't know
Is it
why
too
they didn't
late?
do it.
She didn't want to.
She didn't want to.
Well, her thing is after this is over, she plans to run.
But that's the perfect segue into becoming the president.
True, but she
seriously, did
she
you-
wants to do it on her own ticket, her own dime, and the whole shit.
Right, but real talk, did you eat pussy the first time that you fucked?
This
That's what hoes do.
Yeah, keep going. Did you?
No,
you
I did not.
You didn't.
I bet you she did. That was I think that was
Run
really
it again.
fun.
Do a recall.
You gotta do it at least 3 times.
Do a
to,
recount
yeah.
To explain it to us and then see if it's funny.
I already think it is funny. I think the two of you are ganging up on me.
Why would we? You can't. If something is funny, I can't not laugh at it.
I benefit nothing by ganging up on you.
I think you can both eat a dick.
That's fine, but if something's funny, laughter is an involuntary response. You can't control it.
No shit.
What were we gonna say? Cyber?
Sidebar. It took me a long time to speak to you.
How come? This is Neal, by the way. You
Neal.
pointed- yeah.
It took a long time for me to talk to Neal, because when I first moved out here, comedy is cliquish to a degree. You know what I mean? But then you have your people that
When
are
did you
just
move out here?
2001. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But this is before this is a while back. Comedy is cliquish, and then you have certain people that are just standalones. Like I think Patrice was a standalone. Like he didn't really
Right.
have a group of
Right.
people that he ran with. You know what I mean? And people want to get close to him, but they didn't know how. You know what I'm saying? Corey Holcomb is a standalone.
Absolutely.
Bill Burr is kind of a.
Absolutely. I was gonna say because
Spurs
there's
is standing.
guys that like I would like to hang out with Billy.
Yeah.
And whenever I try to talk to him, it's just like
It took me
cats.
It took me forever for Patrice to warm up to me. But he called me one night and he said, I saw your performance, and then he was like, I think you're funny. And it meant a lot for him to call me, to tell me that. It's certain people that I want.
You know who else? He did that with me too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I would want that recognition from, but couldn't. It was like I aspire to try to like gain that person.
He's the only guy that's ever done that, as a matter of fact. Because I always try to do that. Like if I think someone's funny, I'll like go, "Hey, I think you're funny," and be encouraging. And Patrice is the only guy that's ever done that.
I did. Rock won't do it. Chris Rock has seen me a lot. I always wanted Chris Rock to do that.
It's
never
gonna
gonna
happen.
Eddie Murphy did it, but Chris Rock won't do it.
Right.
I've always wanted it from Chappelle, but I've never performed in front of him. So he's never seen me.
The thing with Dave is it wouldn't mean that much. He would just say it to be
polite,
friendly.
nice.
Yeah, he would just say it to be like.
I thought about that also.
Yeah, like it wouldn't.
That's not Dave.
Eddie,
that's what he would say.
To me, Eddie means it. Chris, it'll never happen.
Eddie did it. Eddie was like, he did the little nod or whatever, and like, you're funny. Yeah. I'm getting it from other people. Dick Gregory did it for me or whatever.
That's great. Where was that?
Addison Improv. When I was with Mooney, him and Mooney.
Texas?
Yep.
Oh, great.
He was hanging out. So I got it from him. But when I first saw you, I was like, God, I'm fucking not gonna talk to this guy. Like I avoided him a couple of times. But then one day you saw me at the Laugh Factory.
The Laugh Factory in Long Beach, right?
Yeah, and you like funny stuff, like, and then we had a conversation, and I was like, fuck. And then initially my mind started twirling because I had more ideas in the hobby shop, and I was like, I want to go work with Neal. How do I go talk? I asked everybody, how can I get on Neal's
I gotta tell you,
good side?
I work with Neal, and
It's first of all, it's overrated. He's abusive. He knows
he,
what funny
he
is.
He can't accept love. That's one thing for sure. He's
He won't
incapable.
accept fake love.
It's not fake. I love you.
What is it? But what does that mean? I don't.
I'll explain to you.
It wasn't fake. It wasn't me. It was me. For me, it was a genuine.
No, I know. But there's no. You know that there's nothing less attractive than somebody who openly wants to work with you.
Right.
So you would be like, "Let's work," and I'd kind of be like,
I never would come to you and be like, Neal, I need you to work. I would never do that. But I just wanted him to see me
actually.
with BET thing.
No, you literally said like, I need you to take me under your wing. And
I said
what?
mentor me.
Oh yeah, mentor.
I said you mentor me because like I felt like I was just like in a rut. Mm-hmm. Like I got tired of people telling me. I really got sick of people telling me I was funny, but I felt like I was funny for no reason because I'm just funny and nothing is fucking happening. Like I've met every fucking network. I've done the rigmarole thing, and then
That sounded racist.
Are you gonna be
the
funny?
rigmarole.
Yeah,
It's not a racist toward black people.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
No.
So I had done everything. So I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then I was like, I'm gonna go talk to this guy. And then you just saw me like, you think you're funny. And then I was like, all right, cool.
Anyone can be funny.
Yeah, you're funny, good stuff, whatever. And then
Yeah, no, I mean, but we were cool.
Yeah.
That was the thing when it was like because the thing is when you said like I want to, it was like, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
that's whenever someone's like, I want to. It's like, what can I do? It's not like. I
But it
always make the
wasn't.
joke that like I didn't pluck Chappelle out of obscurity and be like, come with me. I know just what to fix you up.
Clearly,
Like,
but it was just
No, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Neal, stop dropping my name.
I always think about that as like one of the fantasies of the young comedian is that you're going to get
Discovered.
You're going to meet a comedian who's going to go, right this way, and
You got the
open up
goods.
the door.
Right.
Open the door to Hollywood to you. But what you fail to realize is that almost all the way up the ladder, that comedian is hoping that someone else is going to do that as well. And it pretty much goes to the top until at the top tier, people are like, fuck it, I'm writing my own ticket. But it takes so long to get up there that people are so, people are so, like, taking you on the road, or a person on the road, it's like, you know, how many people have died in complete obscurity because they were on the road with, Don Rickles. I mean, people only know who Don Rickles is. They don't know whoever that was. You know
who
what
the
I mean?
opener was. They featured, yeah.
And so, I hear that. It's like there's nothing to do. I can't do, like, now that I'm in a smaller position, and I'm sure you feel the same way, like when you, and I'm sure you do too, Doug, like whenever you click up this little ladder, then someone who's not there yet will be like, oh, can you introduce me to your agent? Or can you introduce, and it's like, you think like,
You're like,
I can't
don't know
do
my agent.
Right,
I've
I
never
can't do anything. What can I do?
I will say I've never, like, even when I'm with Kevin Hart situation, I never, even when I met Dave Beckham, he would take me up to the office and hang out. He would literally hang out with Kevin Hart and sit in 3R's office. And I'm like, fuck, I want to go talk to Dave Beckham. But I would never ask, Kevin. For that, like I want to genuinely be selected. But that what you said is pretty much how I was thinking. I'm like, man,
Right.
Because I don't have anyone. I'm not covered in the blood of anybody. I'm a standalone. Like
Right.
I'm not a part of a family. I'm not in a clique. I'm not like I don't run with young guns of comedy.
That's the thing that I'm not either. People, it's like I was in one and it split up. You know what I mean? So people are like, no. It's like, yo, man, I'm looking to work with people. Like I tried to work with Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, and like that was Yeah. And then so it's like I'm always looking, but I'm not looking for like I'm not an opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
because I'm not a young comic anymore, and it's kind of like I'm not and the other thing was I'm not a young comic anymore.
Right.
I'm not old, but I'm not a young comic, and it's kind of like I don't think an older comic would come to me and say I want to mold. You know who told me this? Keith Robinson.
What'd he say?
Keith Robinson like, God damn it, Maronzio, you're a funny guy. Don't worry about it. You got your own lane. Like if you know who Keith Robinson is, then you know how he talks. Yeah. But Keith was like, just do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I do, but it's kind of like I don't want to. You could be like Louis and it not take forever, but Louis chose a path. And that's kind of like
right. But except that it's like for every Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy, there's going to be a 1,000 Jay Medicine hats who died yesterday.
Young Hope, you heard?
I don't know yet. No,
he was huge in the 80s.
Jay Medicine had died.
Yeah, he died yesterday. Yeah.
Yo, no.
I'm not. Are you?
I'm focused, man.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. He died yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. And so Jay Medicine Hat was a legendary comic in the 80s. But
where from?
From I think he was in San Francisco for a while, but I think he died.
Hypnotist, right?
Yeah, Hypnotist. Yeah.
They would book him like 2 weeks out of he would get booked at comedy clubs 2 weeks in a row. Like he would
selling out.
Yeah. Or Gallagher or whoever was a person that. So even when you flame up, it's like the idea of you flaming up and then staying on fire for the rest of your career is unlikely. I mean, most people have a 5-year window. It's like Chappelle's window hasn't closed because of how funny he is, and his mystique is still in the air.
Yeah.
But even that, in a weird way, is like
eventually it'll
close. Everybody's got their time.
The window, yeah.
And so it's like what happens with Louis. Well, if it had happened when he was 25, then he wouldn't have been famous by now.
Right.
He would.
We wouldn't have anybody to be like, hey, he comes out with an hour every hour.
Or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just try to keep my nose down and keep working, but.
There's nobody it's like no one can really like help anybody other than just like, hey, you want to do this thing,
right? And that's what I always say. Like when the younger comics will be like, oh, you got Montreal, or you got on this show. Oh, did your agents get you that? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
My agents didn't get me that. I had to be the person that did it. I got me that.
Yeah.
They hooked me up with.
I got a guy on Facebook asking me, he's like, I got this pilot. Can you send it to Adult Swim for me? I'm like, can I get my pilot? How about my pilot on Adult Swim?
Well, exactly right.
No, I'm gonna fast track yours in real quick.
That's what I want to say to people. Like, yo, I didn't move out here to do your shit.
Right.
Like, I'm here to do my shit, and then if that fails, I'm going to do another piece of my shit.
Right.
I'm going to keep shitting.
Yeah, until
one of them isn't horrifying.
Right. It took a long time for me to speak to Neal.
Right, Neal's a tough person to speak to for a number
Guys,
of.
I got some great credits out there.
No, he's a tough. It's not just that though. It's that sometimes you can be difficult to communicate with.
A younger me would have spoke to you way sooner. Like, but I would have made an ass out of myself.
Right, but do you understand why? Because it's like when people look at me as an opportunity when I'm at comedy shows.
Right.
And I'm not.
But I wasn't looking at you as an opportunity because I made my intentions clear, like mentor.
Right, but that's like mentor. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck?
Because you've been on the other side of you've seen it. You from a stand up to directing a stand up to doing stand up to understanding sketch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like you said, like Chappelle's show kind of like set.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I don't. But that's just me doing my shit. I don't feel like, and now I'm in my mentor phase.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when people go like, I want to mentor, it's like, I don't. What the fuck do you like? I literally just want to walk away,
right?
Because I don't know what to say to people.
Well, I never say that shit again though. I ain't like, hey, what's up with the mentoring gig?
You didn't come by come by my house and pick me
up. Yeah, you didn't pick me up on Saturday morning so we can go play catch.
This is the worst mentoring gig ever. I've been waiting for 5 years.
Yeah.
In the black comedy scene, I am perceived as bitter and angry.
Is that right?
Amongst black comics.
Do you think there's credence to it?
No, I just don't. I don't appreciate comics that steal jokes. That happens. I think it happens in comedy. Period.
Do you think sometimes that people who are the joke thief police are a little bit quick to pull the trigger on something that isn't an actual scenario of joke thievery?
You have to look at the
go
source.
around acting like you're being stolen from all the time.
No, not you. But
Not me, but I mean, you have to look
I'm
at
just
this.
trying to wonder, like,
No,
how,
you have
how
to-
would someone feel like that about you?
Because I you know what it is? I don't play the game. I don't play the I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because I don't know who this person is or may be one day. You know
do
what
you
I'm
think you put like? No, I'm not saying you, but I've noticed a lot of people that have styled themselves as the joke thievery sort of like the people that say, "Hey, that's a stolen joke." They'll often pull
part of the game.
They'll often pull the trigger way quick.
Yeah, because they're looking to say, "Hey,
Yeah, they like feeling that way.
yeah."
When you see a joke that someone else has told, rather than assuming, "Oh, they might have a similar joke," or "Oh, this might be something," they'll assume, "Oh, that you stole that joke."
It's comics I know now that spend more time looking for people who are stealing other people's jokes than like actually going out and write a fucking joke.
Right.
It's like we didn't hire you to do this. You're not like a referee.
So why else do people think you're bitter?
I just speak out about what I don't like. I have a lot. I probably don't like more shit than I do like.
What do you really not like?
I don't
What's
like
the shit you don't like?
I don't like.
What's that shit you don't
I don't like Black Knight.
That's the shit you don't like.
I don't like Black Knight at comedy clubs. I don't like that because it comes with a stigma that you have to be a certain type of comic to be on that show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Either you had to do you had to do certain type of jokes, or you had to have a certain credit or whatever. Like Gary Owens hosted Tuesday night at the Comedy Store, which is Black Night.
Well, Gary Owens
tripping on Tuesday.
Gary Owen, by the way, blacker than you.
Yes, very much blacker than me. You know what, Sari? More black people know Gary Owen than know me.
He's
so
very famous.
He's a white person.
He's a white comic who's probably the 10th most famous black comic.
You think
he is? He is. Definitely. Yeah.
He won Comic View. He
hosted Comic View for like a whole year.
Yeah.
He's
As
on
a
the
white
Shaq.
person?
He's on the Shaq tour. He's on Tyler Perry's fucking shit.
Crazy life. I think about that a lot. What the life of a person dedicated to essentially, it's funny because we're literally doing it, but like essentially living in another. I don't think that I don't know Gary Owen, but I'm sure it's not disingenuous. I'm sure he's not like.
He's married to a black girl.
He plays up the whole.
I'm sure it's real. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think he's like a poser, but what an interesting thing to live your whole life essentially inside the culture of another race.
Yes, because that's what he's doing. Like, he made a joke about it, like, because white people in the audience, like, do you know who I am? He's like, man, my own people don't even know me. Like,
right.
I got to cross over to. The funny joke was funny because I had to cross over for white people to know me, which was.
Right, he had to blow up as a big black comic in order to. Yeah.
Sounds
go
like
to
a
the
good
white
premise
side.
for a movie.
Yeah.
What's that one where the guy turns
Juwanna
black?
Man.
Juwanna Man.
Oh.
No.
Soul Man.
Soul Man.
C.
Oh,
Thomas
Soul Man.
Howell, Ray Don Chong, 1986.
And just literally did not look black in any way. Like looked like
Blackface.
a bad.
And he went to Harvard, and James Earl Jones was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Was his mentor.
This is my son.
Yeah, so, but I mean, I don't like doing black rooms, and then black comics get mad at me because they're like, why you don't come out and do the room? Because I
Too
don't.
good for this.
They think I am, but it's not that. It's just that I'm not gonna fuck a stool. I'm not gonna jump up and down. I'm not
gotta
gonna
fuck a
yell.
stool.
I don't have a fuck a stool
Neal,
joke.
you're his
None-
mentor.
none of-
You're Maronzio's mentor. Tell him they need
None
to
of my
fuck the
bits
stool.
consist
Hey,
of.
Ronzi, that's what my mentor name is for you. Ronzi, you gotta fuck the stool. Boy.
I got.
What if that had been your first meeting?
Going out there, fuck the stool twice. Just twice. Just work
Just to
with
see
me.
what
Just fuck it twice.
in my act.
Yeah, just this time.
If he had taken the mentorship more seriously, if he had taken the mentorship more seriously, in the first meeting he sat you down and said, "You really need to work on fucking the stool," would you have considered it?
I don't know what I would have done. I've been so
Baffled.
torn. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like,
Right.
I wasn't expecting this.
What else don't you like?
I don't want to fuck it. So like, what else?
No,
sucks?
no,
like,
no,
let's
no.
be more positive. Like, what do you like?
I love comedy, but I don't like the direction it is going in right now.
What?
In what way?
It's saturated, for one,
Right.
and the things that used to get you the accolades to move forward don't mean shit anymore. Like late night appearances don't mean shit anymore. We just did half hours together. That half hours really don't mean shit anymore. Fucking an hour special really doesn't mean shit anymore.
What's complicated about it is it's not just that shit doesn't mean shit. It's that there's no way to actually track what does mean shit. There's
Right.
no real path anymore. It's so diffuse. Entertainment
everything's
is so
scattered.
diffuse. There's no way to know. You might be Angela Johnson and put a clip of painting your nails on the internet, And that's I'm just saying, and you're famous the next day, or you might be, Louis C.K. workhorse, working hard, being one of the greats. You know what I mean? So it's like there's no way to really wrap your head around.
Because when you ask yourself, do you really want someone to put you on a poster and introduce you? Coming to the stage, y'all, very funny comment, internet YouTube sensation, 40 million.
I don't think it matters anymore. I don't think it matters. Funny. That's the thing is, older people always go like, no one ever laid at night hoping to be on YouTube. Yeah, they do. They do now.
They do now.
Your kids are gonna.
Everybody's scrambling now to get on YouTube.
The best thing that someone said, what Jimmy Brogan, who used to book the Tonight Show and was on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show and worked with Jay for 10 years. I said I did Fallon or something, and I was like, yeah, these shows, late night shows, just don't mean as much as it did like when doing the Tonight Show. Yeah. And he said, well, when people did the Tonight Show, they would always say, this isn't as meaningful as Ed Sullivan.
Wow.
So you just go, okay. All right, well,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
There you go. There's the answer. Like, just thinking that it's just try. Just be great every single fucking time, and not think that there's any sort of finish line in terms of like, now I've made it.
Right.
Because there never really is, other than, I guess Kev probably feels like he's made it, and he has. Right. But he couldn't tell you what it was. You know what I mean?
True.
Kevin Hart, it's like, I don't know. He claims it's Soul Plane on bootleg.
Right.
On Maron's podcast, he's like, Soul Plane on bootleg did more for me.
Did I do that?
Soul Plane on bootleg did more for me
now you're starting to see it.
Than anything.
Right.
Right. I still don't
bootleg.
see it.
bootleg.
On bootleg, not even in the theater.
Right.
So there's so now he's touring and all that stuff, and his Think Like a Man did get like. It's all cumulative.
Right.
It's like Chappelle said, you're just chipping a bit away at a big boulder, and then at a certain point you'll just like break through.
Right.
Yeah, except that Kevin Hart could have started in 5 years later and not had the same trajectory. There's certainly an element of just fucking fairy dust.
Luck.
You know what I mean? 100% magic.
There's tons of luck.
I would say Kevin should send Katt Williams a bouquet of flowers
for retiring
every day.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when Katt lost his shit, they was like, the industry was scrambling. They're like, who can?
Yeah, but then Katt should send one to Dave, and Dave should send one. There's all, and
Dave
should send one to Chris Tucker.
To be perfectly honest,
to be perfectly honest, and then there's too many bouquets.
Yeah, there's too many flowers
out
out there.
Bouquets, and that's some gay ass shit. You know what I'm saying? A dude send another dude a
then
bouquet
that's
of
how
flowers.
Gets
What I look
like.
You
know, Miles Davis is dead.
Right. Right.
Everything.
Now listen, I thought that was funny. It didn't make me laugh, but I did think it was.
No,
funny.
I knew. Yeah, I know. And where are you with girls?
I don't know, man. Right now, it's like I want to focus. You go through those periods. Like I was like, I'm gonna be in a relationship, and then I'm like, I want to focus on my career. And I'm like, I want to be in a relationship. As I get older, a part of me is like, do I want to be this old guy getting married because I feel like I should get married?
Panic.
Yeah, panic.
The panic marriage.
Yeah, I don't want to get panic. I don't want to panic marry. But at the same time, it's like I haven't really enjoyed being single.
Right, then you get to an age where you can't. You waited too long and you can't panic marry. And that's
I will say this:
feeling.
I'm tired.
You can never wait too long.
I'm tired of road pussy.
Oh sure, we never talk about that.
I will say that I'm tired of. Wow, that's serious. I'm tired. I mean, that's I'm not bragging. I'm tired of
humble brag.
yeah. I'm so sick and tired of fucking these.
I'm just
girls.
tired of like.
Tired of all this
say
pussy
how
I'm
much.
I'm just tired of like. I'm tired of meeting
two girls.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm just tired of like fucking
meaningless tete-a-tetes with women.
I'm tired of having meaningless fucks.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 36. I want to save up my energy for the one who should be receiving the good fucks.
Right. So then the way to combat that is to just fuck those women poorly.
I have lately
on the road.
There's been a lot of
been a
lot of bad dick being distributed.
As long as no one likes it. If you're not having fun,
they're not having fun. You've equalized.
Neither should she, and everything's fine. Everything's equal. All things. Maybe you need a mentor. That's all I'm saying.
A road pussy mentor.
Yeah, maybe
that's right.
I want to settle down because I think that helps get you that next phase in your life
for
material.
To settle down with whatever?
I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
That's
think
really
so?
awful.
Yeah, because I've heard guys go like, Dove wanted to get married and have kids because
man, I need to write a new special. Man, I got to get married.
Literally, he's like, for the kids. I have kids, then I can write some jokes. I was like, That's not why you have kids.
Wait, to get material or
Yeah.
to pay for the material?
No, to
No,
get material.
to get material.
Oh, well,
And
do
if
what
the
you gotta
kid,
do, man.
and if the kids don't provide material, you're like, fuck, I had y'all for nothing.
I'm gonna murder the kids, and then I'm gonna be the murdering comic.
And then the
I'll be
kid
like,
looks at you and
Then
says,
you got material one way or the other.
Yeah.
I got a question. Has there ever been a comedian like that from jail has put out material?
From inside jail?
like
from
a gangster
inside.
rapper?
That would be hilarious.
That would be great, but I don't know.
People have done specials. In Monique did.
Another
hers.
Monique did.
Yeah,
And her
she
special
was
was
she
called
was
I
free.
Could Have Been You.
Oh God, so condescending.
Has there ever been a special kind of like Johnny Cash's record where he went to Folsom Prison?
Monique.
Monique.
Oh, you
So we
just
said,
oh
yeah.
okay.
Monique did her comedy special.
I
it was
got
the
it. I
worst.
missed
But she did the shit outdoors. It was horrible.
It was pretty intense, man.
It was worse than what the women would.
That's
got to
be a good crowd though, right?
All the way more running back into their cells.
They produced it.
So the
correct?
crowd was
Women,
not-
All the convicts produced it. It was like the AV. The
Was the
prison
crowd
AV
bad
club.
though? Is my question. It's like, is the
Oh, they
prison
was
crowd
bad.
gonna be ready for laughter more than
They was.
just, you know?
You would
the-
think.
It was a seminar. It was a seminar because all she did was like big up and say, "I support y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all get out one day."
We all make mistakes,
yeah,
right, baby.
Yeah, we all made mistakes. I could have been y'all. I did this.
I wanted to kill my man, motherfucker. Now, at least you had the balls to do it.
Yeah, and the women clapping like,
Applause
"That's
for
right.
We
I
did murder our
right. We
husband.
did murder my husband."
If I did comedy in a prison, I would really just talk to them about the mistakes that they made. I'd be like, you guys,
Popcorn.
It's not cool to be the way you are, and all of you are really serving time for like it's legitimate that you're being punished, and I'm not going to do jokes for you.
behind a
You don't
steel
deserve it.
cage, you do these jokes.
It was chicken wire.
You got balls, huh?
So yeah, I'm single. I mean, I want. Like I said, I'm.
Have you had a girlfriend recently?
Yeah. Actually, my girlfriend I had was from 7th grade.
Didn't
And then
work.
we ended up getting back together. Like, she moved out here, but she didn't move out here for me. She was already out here. And then we, like, rekindled or whatever. And then that shit went.
You know what I realized recently about things like that? It's like when you ever fuck a waitress or no, I hate saying you ever fuck a waitress. You ever fucking you ever like sleep with somebody that you work with?
Now
And-
you're pulling back.
I
After
don't
all
like saying
these
fucking.
52 episodes in, you're
I
pulling back
just
now.
no, I don't. I rarely say fucking a person.
all right.
There's something gross about it. That it's like someone you're working with, and then you see them. Like the first night, you leave work and you go have sex with them, and that's hot.
Right.
And then 2 days later, you like meet at lunch, and you realize like, oh no, I like fucking the dynamic of work. I like fucking the dynamic of you work with me, and but once you see, it's almost like a magical.
Well, we
We're
already
on the
know you don't
same-
like the mornings. So
you know what I don't like? I'm
scratch that.
very persnickety about this. That I don't like mornings, and I don't like. Well, if I'm gonna fuck a coworker, we gotta leave from work, and I gotta smell
Every time you
fumes on
you have to smell like service.
work fumes on you. No, but you know what I
Work
mean? Like,
yeah, I get
I
it.
feel like because then you ever have that thing where you'll see a girl and you're like, oh, this is not good at all.
Yeah, it's like-
Did you have that. I had
Dude.
that with a girl that I grew up with, and we met up and we were making. I was just kind of like,
Because you like the nostalgia
Yeah.
of it. And then once you do it, you like, the nostalgia's gone. It's like fucking a stripper. You shouldn't fuck a stripper because you're not going to go back to that bitch again. You know what I mean? Like, strippers generally try not to fuck the guys who are loyal customers because they are loyal because they can't have her. And they live in that fantasy world like, oh, one day. And then if that stripper actually went through with it,
Right. Then you wouldn't go give her money.
you
to
wouldn't go
dance
back and get
for
them
you.
because like, the fantasy is fulfilled. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or you become possessive or some crazy shit. Stalker, put in the trunk.
murderer.
Have
Yeah,
you ever
murder.
have you ever dated have you ever dated a stripper? You must.
no,
have.
I haven't.
I dated an ex-stripper, but then I found out that there's no such thing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because you can always go back to the pole.
Yeah, no, I don't mean she went back to the pole, but she went back to the emotional pole.
She was
Your
once a
emotional
stripper.
pull.
Her just the way she was like scandalous and
Right.
conniving.
Right.
Like you have to be in order to be.
You have
a
to stay on your
successful
toes.
stripper.
You can't.
How long did you? She stole your baby wipes, correct?
She's one of the great. She weirdly enough, she's one of the great loves of my life.
Have you ever dated a female comic?
I have, yeah.
How'd that end?
I'll tell you in a few hours.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
I like that. You ever dated a female
No,
comic?
never.
Would you?
Not in a million years. I don't even like sleeping with them because I was explaining this to somebody earlier. You gotta have an exit strategy.
Right.
I try to not even sleep with girls that that are in my social circle.
Right.
Because I don't want to keep seeing them.
Right.
and I don't. The same reason I don't sleep with waitresses, and the same reason I don't sleep with comics.
You
is
never
'cause
slept with a waitress?
I've slept with very few.
We mean waitresses at comedy clubs.
At
just in
comedy
case
clubs.
people
Right.
are-
What's up with waitresses at comedy clubs? Why are you guys
Everybody is
that loose? Are they just
They-
ready to sleep
No.
with any comedian that
Yes.
comes through?
They're the only girls that are there
Yeah.
the
Right.
whole night.
That
You're
you
working
meet
with
them.
them. And
Yeah.
you're exotic, and they're stuck there, and
Yeah.
and they all have, like, sort of showbiz dreams, so you become this, like, so what's it like in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Have you ever dated a comic?
No.
No. Would you?
No, I date mean, nasty girls with no sense of humor.
Here's the sad part. Here's the part you got to think about when you fuck a waitress. You got to think about how many other comics
I don't care.
Yeah.
have fucked a
I don't
waitress.
care about that at all. Why would I care who else has fucked somebody?
This is how I know I've been doing
Eskimo
comedy
Brothers,
a long
right?
time.
I don't care.
This is how I know I've been doing comedy a long time. When you go on the road and you have slept with a chick that another comic has slept with, you're like,
that shit doesn't bother me at all.
it bothers me because then I like
That
say
happens to him all the time.
because I'll say to her, "Who did you sleep with?" She's like, "Oh, I dated." So I'm like, I don't even think he's funny. Like,
Yeah, that's the problem.
yeah, I'm like, you
Yeah.
fucked a comedy that's not even funny. Like, what does that even say about
For real,
me?
if she fucked somebody that was funny, you'd be like, all right.
I can see how that happened, but you fucked that guy. I'm
Like,
like,
if it was Patrice, I'd be like, ah.
I get it.
Yeah,
I will-
like,
I will
hilarious
tell you-
Patrice,
the-
Bill, or
Yeah.
somebody, but
On-
Sound crazy.
on a real, I don't feel any weirdness about like a girl's sexual past at all. Like the girl who was a stripper, like there was no part of me that was like, you did all this and that. I don't give a fuck about how many people a girl's fucked. I don't give a I mean, I just couldn't care less about how many girls been with, how many guys a girl's been with.
Yeah.
I just don't care
what
at
if
all.
they
It means
were
nothing to me.
What if they were
Unless they're on some Miles Davis shit.
Well, what
Did
if
you-
they were like in a porno with like 20 guys, bukkake style?
I mean, that would be difficult.
So you have a tipping point.
I guess I do. Yeah, you're right. If they had literally, if they had fucked everyone, if they had fucked every, yeah, my tipping point is bukkake.
There's a line in the sand and it's made of jizz.
Like if they fucked every person in Uganda, I would probably be like, that's that shit I don't like.
Did you ever see Eyes Wide Shut?
Yes.
yes.
Did you relate to it? Because that whole movie's about sexual jealousy and like it driving somebody
like
crazy.
that.
I'm not. Well, it was so bizarre that it was hard to really relate to. But
Right.
I'm not a sexually jealous person. That's really,
Really?
not in me. That's not my.
I find there is a girl that I'm involved with that she tells me people that she slept with, and it doesn't bother me at all. And then
He a hoe.
But then I was talking to my ex who was talking about sleep, and that bothered me because I felt
That's
like
what
she was
hoes do.
doing it to bother me.
Right.
If that makes
I
sense.
hear what you're saying.
She was using it
Of
as like
course.
a cudgel,
Yeah.
as like, well, you know, I have
Yeah.
slept around.
So how
a
you
lot.
been? Oh yeah, cause I just dated so and so. We
No,
hung
yeah.
out a kid. You like really, bitch? You
Actually,
dated that guy?
Actually, that stripper. Well, the day that we were having like relationship problems and we were like about to like it was like weird. It was, you know, we got into this fight where she was like, let's just end it then. It was, but that night she tried to fuck one of my best friends who was like, get the fuck away from me.
Really?
And then the next night she fucked like one of my homies, one of my friends, and that bothered me. Not because she fucked someone else. I mean, it would have bothered me timeline wise, but that she did it as a fuck you.
Right.
She did it to hurt me.
My ex did that.
Yeah.
My ex, I dated a girl. We were like engaged. Like that was, I think, it was the closest in the past couple of years I have been to marriage. But we got
You
engaged.
get her a ring?
Yeah.
Did you
Did
really?
you get the ring back after the
Yeah,
breakup?
good
Yeah.
question.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You say
I don't know if
when
the
you have
cost-
the conversation, you say, "Can I see that ring real quick before we talk?"
Well,
I like. I'm gonna need that back.
Well,
She's like, you
sometimes they
want?
get
She's like,
pissed
you
off
want the
and they
ring
throw it
back? Yes, because rent's due, bitch. You're moving out. I need that other half. This ring is the other half of you.
anyway, so sorry to cut you off.
Wow, you got an $800 ring for a girl? Go ahead. Oh. Wow, 800 plus utilities?
I'm a baller. What can I say?
Zales.
Yeah, but she, we broke up, and then she went out and fucked a comic that she knew I had a problem with.
Who was it? Just kidding. Go ahead.
He stole a joke from me, and like during the time we were together, I was like, this guy stole a joke from me. Like, and she like, yeah, that's fucked up. And then like we broke up, and but she didn't. I had to hear from somebody else that she fucked this comic.
Did you present the comic for it?
Sort of, kinda, just
But you
because
kinda even-
he knew we were engaged,
Right.
So it was kind of like,
yeah. That's a bold move to steal a joke from the joke police. I mean, it's like going into the station and taking, you know
It's
what
like
I mean?
going into internal affairs.
Yeah, and taking
and
evidence.
taking a gun.
yeah, you like
evidence in
you
internal
stole,
affairs.
you fucked my ex, and you stole a joke from me. Like you like did a double whammy. You doubled down on me.
Now, how long? You know what's funny when people go like, "I can't believe we're fighting over bitches."
Right.
That's all people fight over.
We don't argue, but see, here's the funny: the comic that fucked my ex, he doesn't know I know he did it. Like I'll never let him know. Oh, I've never.
No, now
I like that.
I would never, because it's just like it's something that I'll always know.
knows
It's my
now.
card. It's my wild card.
He knows now.
Roy Wood listens to this podcast. Just kidding.
No, Roy.
Let me say this. I think I know you're gonna think this is some bitch shit, but I just think calling women bitches is antiquated, and we should stop.
I know you think that, but you came to it like 3 months ago.
No, it's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true in any way.
You christened this show with the "Hey Bitch" story.
It's a story about another human being calling.
I mean, I don't.
What the fuck, bitch?
And the point of the story is that dude's like hilariously ignorant.
Right, but that's the point of. How often do I call women bitches?
I would say you do it on the podcast semi-regularly to infrequently.
I don't think he does at all.
I can't. I think you'd be. I take the under on.
No,
like unironic.
I hate to defend Neal on this one, but
I know you hate. There's nothing.
No.
My
Nothing
co-host
worse.
would hate more.
No, I'm just trying to have an ideological discussion. But
Did you, bitch?
I just think it's like, you know.
maybe it's my drop, and you think it's him saying it.
No. I'm not accusing you of saying it
Right.
often. I'm just saying in all of this discussion, even though we talk so openly and sort of frankly and grossly about sex, I sort of feel like calling a woman a bitch pushes it over the edge.
Really?
I think in
Yeah.
context, I think if you're telling a story about a girl that cheated on you, I think it's totally fair.
If
Because
she's
she was
being
a bitch.
If
She
she's
was.
being
She,
a
I also,
Sure.
if a black guy says bitch, I just doesn't. It's like the N word. I just kind of like, yeah, just doesn't do it. It just doesn't bother me. It literally.
he's desensitized to it.
Yeah, I'm desensitized to it. I've also just come to learn if they say the N word, they mean dude, and if they say bitch, they mean woman.
Yeah.
I think that it actually makes, especially on stage, when a comic does it on stage, you know, I just like check out.
I
immediately like, this is
blanch when
No, he don't
when
need
a
no
male
help. He's
comic
already
says bitch. In a way, I hate it.
It's-
In fact, I am embarrassed by the fact that Chappelle Show had played a part in everyone saying bitch on punchlines.
Right.
Because we had to, because we couldn't say
rich,
motherfucker.
But I mean it like, I don't feel that way when a comic is like, you know, my ex-wife cheated on me. She was such a bitch that, I mean, that's not what I mean. It's much worse when it's a nonchalant, you know, bitches. So, you know, you're looking for bitches. You're out looking for bitches.
I think nonchalant bitch is unnecessary.
A lot worse than
Yeah.
an angry bitch.
Yeah.
It's
We sound like pimps. You know, a nonchalant bitch is a lot worse than an
the
angry bitch.
Yeah, but
every bitch in
It
their
depends
life
on how-
has thought about hoeing.
Yeah, I mean,
hilarious.
I think it's a fine semantic argument. It just doesn't.
It's not really a semantic argument.
Well, then stop saying it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so stop saying it and see what happens.
I don't say it.
Right. Okay. Then what are you espousing? You're proselytizing on behalf of.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Not saying. I mean, but that you see the silliness of that. Of like, I think we should stop saying.
What do you
like,
think is silly about it?
Trying to get people to stop saying.
are you gonna
the
get
word.
T-shirts that says "No more bitch"?
Yeah. It's like,
Well, I have
it's
a
like
joke. I have a joke in my act where I say that.
Really?
It's a joke about people that call women bitches.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think
So
that
that's as close as I get to actually being on the soapbox.
Right.
But this is my podcast, so I guess you know my opinions are. The
don't think I've
point of
ever-
it is to blather on about your
Right,
opinion.
but I think proselytizing to get people because first of all, I don't know any white guys that say bitch with any regularity.
Are you serious?
No. In
I feel like they
conversation?
say it. Oh my God, dude, you're tripping.
I
Now
don't
you're
know
tripping.
that I don't hang out with the right
Frat
white
boy-
guys.
You know Joe Rogan, right?
Frat boys.
But Joe doesn't say bitch.
Does he? Does he say bitch?
Well, I listen to his podcast. He says it a lot.
He doesn't say it about women though, does he?
I think so.
There's a big difference between calling a woman who is being a bitch, and calling women bitches just as a.
I don't call women
as a
in my.
synonym
I've
for,
never said
bit
in my
for
act.
woman.
I don't call women bitches like in my act like. And I tell this bitch,
Right.
bitch, don't be doing that. Like I'll be like, you know, like I call guys bitches too.
Right. So I don't think so. White people call women bitches. I think a lot because they've been influenced by Dave Chappelle and Snoop Dogg just as much as black people.
Yeah,
You
when
bitch.
that it embarrasses me when people go like, "Listen up, bitches," when it's like
Right,
that
yeah.
sort of like it just became like a thing.
What if you called dudes like general public bitches?
Yeah, I think that's different. It's a little cheesy sounding when you come.
That's what I mean.
What's up, bitches?
No, I know, that's what I'm
not what
talking
I
about.
mean.
That I don't like. In terms of not saying, I don't think it's
I'm
going to make
talking
a
about-
difference.
Here's the thing about bitches. You're at a club, you're looking for bitches, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just ignorant. And it's
kind of cute though. I mean,
that's the thing is I don't mind if it's dudes talking.
I'm at the club looking for bitches.
it's just how it sounds when I
Let's
say
just
it.
say it.
I
Looking
think
for
it's like
bitches.
in terms of my hierarchy of problems with the world. I think it's so low in terms of the problems with that's why I say like proselytizing about that is like all right.
You think it's really low? I don't think it is. I think that it's endemic to like the cultural kind of negation of women. That you can have a synonym for women. Synonym, is that the right word?
Yes.
Women.
So
is
in
bitches.
the derogatory Olympics,
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
the
Derogatory Olympics.
Yeah,
okay.
so I guess faggot would be gold,
Faggot is probably gold.
nigger
yeah.
would be silver, and
I think
no,
nigger,
no,
I
you
think
got those
nigger's gonna win
switched up.
gold. Nigger,
Nigger.
first of all, is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's right.
Is in the Olympic Hall of Fame.
World record
jersey
holder.
is on the wall. So it just says
But
nigger.
I made a joke about how everybody's all this, Chick-fil-A and everything, like in the racial Olympics,
Right.
like faggot has taken gold.
Faggot is pulling ahead,
Faggot's
but
pulling up the
It
leader,
is,
as it
but
were.
no, the ER version is on its jersey has been retired.
Oh, yeah.
Faggot is now the top of the rank. But then I would say would come what do you think is next?
I don't agree with the fact. I don't think faggot's first. I think nigger's first.
No,
matter
nigger's on
what.
the wall.
No, nigger. But didn't you differentiate nigger?
The nigger's on the wall.
Weren't you going nigga and nigger?
No, nigga hasn't even.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga's not even here yet.
Oh, it's not even in the
no,
race.
nigger's on the wall. Nigga's not even here yet.
yeah.
Faggot's gold.
Faggot's gold.
Yeah, faggot's.
I think probably coming in on the bronze medal probably get cunt.
Cunt, I wouldn't say is. I would say in a
Cunt
weird
is
way.
is the Hall of
Cunt
Fame
is
too.
in a Hall
Yeah.
of Fame.
Cunt is more offensive as an assaultive term. Bitch to me is a more insidious and destructive sexist.
Women, I
term.
know women who are more comfortable. You can call them
Yeah.
bitch all day long.
I think.
but if you
I
say
think that's
cunt,
right. If you call a woman a cunt, that's come on. Dude.
They're like-
That's way worse.
Nobody.
I'm making a subtle
Cunt
point.
is worse.
No,
than bitch.
I'm
way
making,
worse,
I'm making
Brandon.
a subtle point here, and I would love to. It sucks when we ask for people to email us because then we never.
Just
we
then
never,
don't ask.
Yeah, you're right.
Because none of us check it. And how's
but
your T-shirt contest
What I'm saying
going?
is, obviously, if you call a woman a cunt, she'll be way more upset than if you say around a woman like, "Yeah, I was just out
Why?
looking for bitches." But what I'm saying is that while it's more offensive to call a woman a cunt, it's more destructive to call women bitches. No, women aren't being actually
There's
denigrated.
Like, cunt isn't even a little bit accepted, is what you're saying.
Yeah, women
Yeah.
aren't being denigrated as an entire gender because once in a while Jim Jeffries calls them a cunt. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I like.
But cunt is not.
He uses cunt as like a sexual organ.
It's
Because
actually.
I saw him that bit. He's like says cunt like 1,000 times.
Absolutely.
But it's only. He doesn't call a woman a cunt. He calls the cunt the cunt.
Well, it's
Because
actually-
cunt is not used as frequent
Sure.
as bitch.
No, it's the difference actually
It's true.
between what and you'll excuse me, I've already said
Unless you
nigger
live in
10
the
times
UK
in
or
the last
It's
20
okay.
minutes. It's the difference between calling a person a nigger
Yeah.
now and what it used to be like in like the 1800s.
Right.
Right. So now if a white guy gets mad, he goes, "You fucking nigger," then black guy's gonna be like, "Oh, it's on. I'm gonna beat you up." But he's not gonna feel like, oh, like crushed as a race.
Oppressed.
But in the 1800s,
Yeah.
you know. That's just what white people in the South called black people. Oh, tell that nigger over there to go get me. Well, it had no
Yeah.
malice, and it was, to me, much worse, a much more destructive
And that's
thing.
when this country really thrived. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It was a much more insidious word at that point.
It was.
Because and you
Hilarious.
could call a black guy nigger to his face in the South, and he wouldn't get.
He
even-
couldn't do anything.
He was just,
He
"Oh."
couldn't do anything.
But he wouldn't be like, ah. He would be
Yeah.
like, oh, that
He's like,
happened.
once
again.
I get free, I'm gonna
a
come
lot
get you.
like women now. If you call, if
You know what's
say,
funny? What would have happened in the 1800s? There were like 8 black dudes standing there, and you went like, "Hey, nigger!" Who turned around?
Yeah, you like
Who identified the most with it? Like, I think he was talking to me.
who was like, man, I ain't turning around for that
That's
shit.
how it was for me in Oakland. And,
Wow.
I don't
Hilarious.
think women. I don't think bitch. I don't know. It just seems like it's low on the.
Oakland, California.
I don't think it's really
Because you can say it on
I don't think it's
TV
a
now
rights
like
issue.
it's nothing.
I don't think it's keeping women's pay less equal.
No.
I don't like.
I think you can't really. You don't think that the disparity between women getting paid the same as men is somehow tangentially connected to the ease at which men are able to call women bitches without thinking twice about it?
I don't.
Interesting. Why do you think women get paid less than men? And why do you think men feel comfortable calling an entire gender bitches?
I think. See, but I reject the notion that men are that comfortable with it because I don't know that many people that just go like fucking like that don't do it with irony or you know what I mean. Like they just mean it. I don't know anyone that means it.
No, nobody means it. That's what I'm saying is the problem.
It's like the number of times I've heard people use the N-word and mean it is like less than 5.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were all on this podcast now.
And it was all you.
It was all today.
It was you every time.
But I guess I don't think that they're related. Women making less pay than men drives me fucking crazy because
To
it's
figure
so
out, or it
obvious
bothers
that-
you?
It's so unfair.
It is.
Right.
It's so unfair, and I can't believe that there hasn't been a massive movement. I can't believe there hasn't been a lawsuit.
A fucking class action.
Like just
Against
a
who?
giant
The world?
class action.
Against the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Or
can you-
not
that would
against
be-
the world. How about against America?
America.
You can't sue the world.
What, the government?
Just sue
The government,
No,
yeah.
Here's the
all
problem.
it takes is precedent. You takes one woman suing for making less than
Right.
than her coworker.
And then everybody
here's
else.
and then it's precedent and it's a law.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take like
Just to
sue the
acknowledge
earth.
it.
Right.
I'm waiting for a woman to sue the earth.
Right.
No, you sue one
Yeah.
person.
You sue. You point out somebody.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is with equal pay for equal work is that it's not actually a dollar for dollar equivalent. It's a mean, right? So it's like women in general make 76 cents on the dollar to men. It's not like you go to Subway and you put your application in, and a man puts their application in. They're
Right.
like, great, you're going to be getting $5 an hour. You'll be getting $4.35. It doesn't work like that. So it's impossible to go to get your job offer for $28,000 and go, I'm sure that there's
Right.
a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's so
But I think
baffling
that
about
there
it.
are jobs like that. There
Definitely.
are jobs where
Right.
I think female CEOs, the few that there are,
Right.
Aren't making as much as other
much as the male
CEOs.
CEO.
But that's a great example because a CEO can't sue anybody because the way that CEO pay structure is
Right.
they're offered based on they're made an offer to. It's like if you signed a development deal, you know what I mean? It's like, well, how much do we think you're worth, or or
Yeah, but
how much did you
people
negotiate
that get
for?
fired, the woman who got fired from HP and ran for good, she could have sued them. I'm
Yeah.
meaning like it's not like
Yeah.
they're always under the
Right.
Under
You're
the,
right.
So yeah, like I don't. That's one of those things that like I hope that gets solved in
Right.
our lifetime. Like
it's
that's
certain-
one
it's
of the
certain
things
things-
that's so unfair. Like I don't get how people are fine with it. Like
Nobody's
it's so
fine
fucking
with it.
weird. Nobody's doing anything about
That's
it.
true.
No one. Have you ever heard a politician say anything?
you
Like
think-
nobody.
and you think there's-
I don't even hear women complain about it.
And
It's
there's-
just one of those things.
I've
Like,
They
heard
just
women
accepted
complain
it.
about
Yeah.
And once you accepted it, like if you complain, like what the fuck you doing now? It's been happening for
Yeah, that's the way it
years.
is.
See, I think that it's all connected. I think that equal pay for equal work for women is connected to calling women bitches, is connected to Islamic, misogyny, is connected to, I think it's all connected.
The big is
In the
bigger
any
picture.
sort of is any sort of it's roughly connected, but I don't think that the way you're gonna. I don't think that I'd rather you proselytize about women getting equal pay,
Right.
than you proselytize about women not being.
Because I
equal paid.
promise you, if everybody stopped saying bitch right now, women will still get paid.
I hear what
less
you're
than
saying.
men.
I hear what you're saying. But if everybody's consciousness raised, and maybe that's a little bit obnoxious of me to say raised, but I'm saying if
No.
everybody,
No, I thought just saying consciousness was.
but you think everything I say is obnoxious.
Most of it.
But if everybody's consciousness raised enough that they went, it's not that they stopped saying bitch because that's just a shiny button.
Right.
But it's if everybody started saying, hey, we have to take a little bit more, pay a little bit more attention to the way that we speak about women.
Well, it's kind of like what Gandhi's quote was. We judge society based on how we treat our poorest.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And we think about how we treat everyday people. You know what I mean? And situations. It's like we're shitty as a society.
Right.
America is a shitty society. I don't want to get preachy, but I mean,
Preach on.
We're shitty country.
Yeah, I think the world's generally shitty.
Yeah, the world is
Because
shitty.
there's plenty of places that are way worse than America.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
In terms of like, just like there's
Absolutely.
there's a huge disparity, and there's also just no huge hypocrisy.
Right. Like I look at the Olympics, it's like, God, we just spent $15 billion to compete for medals that don't mean shit.
Right.
Right.
What do you think in this in light of this? Do you think that black people being called African American helped?
No. Oh, wait, like it helped us what?
Well, that's the question. To Moshe's logic, because I always wonder that. I think words matter. I think I'm not, but I also think like you can call someone an African American and treat them like an N-word, and it's
right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think the name really matters.
That's probably more
Women
significant.
can be called women all they want. They ain't getting no more money.
Right.
But
Like,
what
did
I'm
it-
saying
did
is,
being
And
called
being called
African
African-
change white people's deep prejudices about black people.
no, but it did help when white America started thinking in the direction of, we have to start changing the way we think about, treat, and talk about black people.
I'd rather ask him because
You're right.
Like
Fair.
I'd rather ask
Was it
the black guy.
what
That's
is
a fair.
The question, the original question, which is, do you think black people are better off for the shift to African American in the early 90s?
No,
but
I don't think it really helped.
Do you
I don't
think that black people are better off from the shift from nigger in the 1800s?
Anything is better than nigger.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it's a constant.
other than the but
Yeah, but what they're nigger and bitch are false equivalents.
But you're
no, I don't
saying,
think they're exactly equivalent. I just think that they're
African American is swinging the pendulum in the wrong is over the swinging it the opposite way too far.
Well, first,
No, I don't think it's too far. I just think
I don't think they should say
I just think
African American.
I
First
think-
of all, I don't think they should say African American.
Right.
I'm completely against that because you don't
I've
call
never called anyone an African
you don't.
American.
Nor
You're
have
not,
I.
you,
Well,
they don't
maybe
call
I-
you a European American.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah. The reasons why are legion.
Yeah,
I guess
the-
I'm just
the-
wondering
the main
what
thing
you
is-
think of the overall.
I don't think
argument.
when white people started saying we're going to refer to them as African American, we respect them more now
Right.
because I don't think it didn't change anything. It's just like we evolved and stopped saying derogatory terms. Like we got to figure out something to call them.
Right.
And then I'm gonna go with everybody voted African American. We went from Afro American. We went from our hairstyle to where we originated from.
that wasn't about your hairstyle.
Afro.
They weren't talking about your hairstyle.
You don't think so?
I'm pretty sure no.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Guys, call in.
Call in. Call into our email address.
1-800 go fuck yourself.
Tell you something about black folk.
No, but I hear what you look.
Like it's just
calling
like
people.
calling. It's just like on the hierarchy. That's what I always say. It's like the Michael Richards thing didn't help black people.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
No.
so saying we're all gonna stop saying bitch isn't gonna help women.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying. I'm saying that the casual ease with which we say bitch is emblematic of a deeper problem, and that's what I'm saying about the N-word. Is that in the 1800s, the casual way in which black people were referred to as niggers is emblematic of how deeply racist society was. When white people, first of all, black people, no black people I know call each other African American, so that's the biggest example of why it's a flawed term. But when we made the switch from black to this to that, it's not like that was helpful, but people thinking we should probably stop calling, we should probably start thinking about the way we speak about each other, it is a cultural shift.
Right, but what I would counter is that it's way easier to say, hey guys, let's stop saying, stop saying bitch.
Right.
Than it is to go, I have to go and do something about women not getting equal pay or reproductive rights.
Sure, I'll agree with you.
I think it's way easier. I
Yeah.
think white people use, and liberals who want to stop saying bitch would use it as this thing that you did that's basically hollow and unfucking believably easy.
Right.
It's the same thing I said when everybody went after Tracy. It was their way of going like, see, I'm not homophobic, and look at all this work I did. I wrote 2 tweets about Tracy, so
Right.
don't you tell me for a second that I'm homophobic. And I would say that's actually worse than actually being, because at least not doing anything. Not doing anything knows it's not doing anything. Whereas if you can trick yourself into thinking like, well, I have been saying don't say bitch on stage, when the actual hard work, it makes it seem like, oh, well, we're calling you African Americans.
Right.
So what else do you want?
Right.
It's a bit of like the Obama thing.
Yeah.
Like, you got your
black president.
Baby.
Stop complaining.
Baby.
So yeah.
Speaking
So
of,
we're gonna keep saying bitch.
you can do it. I mean, everybody do what they want.
Closing.
In closing, bitch
Yeah.
is still on
Yes,
the
sir.
table.
All right. So that was Maronzio Vance, everybody. Doug, any parting words? Moshe, any parting words? Maronzio.
Was
any
this
parting words?
Was this structured? Like, is this how it normally is?
It'll be cut together. It'll sound.
Oh, okay.
He's
'cause I
gonna
was
edit
like,
a lot of it out.
Yeah.
I know it's horrible.
This is how black people meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been fucking with the champs. If you want more to go see Maronzio, go to his website, which is
Maronzio Vance live because someone bought Maronzio Vance and
Very
expected
weird.
me to buy that shit back from him. Bitch, I'm not about to buy my name From
I
you?
think you should say that sentence again, but without the bitch.
I'm sorry.
Nigga, I'm not gonna buy that shit off you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been fucking with the champs. Thank you so much. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
I gotta get my prank on, and hit him with a sad song, sad song.